Thank you FishPro for sending us another camera for testing. This is the Autofocus. They claim it can autofocus 2 inches to 40 inches depending where the species is in the water. It should be able to autofocus quite well. So this is the first time opening this. I haven't even turned it on yet. We're gonna try this out with some testing. We're gonna put a bunch of things in front of the camera in the water to see how well the autofocus really does work. We may as well take it out to get a little bit of a peek at this thing and go from there. So it comes in a pretty good case, it looks like. It should be able to protect it if you drop it a couple times. And one thing about these cases, the stand goes in here as well, so you can't tip it over. I just want to show you guys how everything looks in here. We're going to set this back in there and set it up. So it comes with the battery, the charger to charge the battery, your spool of wire, and this is the new autofocus camera. I'm actually quite interested to see how well it works or how well it doesn't work. We're gonna find out for sure. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So we're gonna put this back in here the way it's supposed to kind of look and talk about it. We're gonna talk about some specs really quickly here. So leading back the autofocus, they say 2 inches to 40 inches, we will see. It's a DVR, which is a bonus, and it comes with a 32 megabyte card. Oopsies, I meant 32 gigabytes. 32 megabytes isn't gonna get you very far. And it's a micro SD inside of a regular SD. So you can take the one in and out depending what kind of port you have on your computer. So that's kind of handy. Standard with everything now, infrared, comes with LEDs, LEDs, light emitting diodes, and the battery it comes with is a 4500 milliamp, so standard. If you keep them warm in your tent, you should probably get around 8 hours, give or take. Now, the length of this battery cable, the camera cable is about 49 feet. Now we're gonna talk about the resolution, something you need to understand before you buy this. Okay, the resolution is 1200 TVL. In my mind, things come out differently than what I say. Nothing gets processed properly. But the best way to describe this, HD is defined in 1080 or 720, which is up and down, which is vertical. So that's how they measure that. So remember, it's 1920 by 1080. This is 1200 TVL. 1200 is horizontal, so it's 1200 instead of 1920. So it's 1200. So yeah, 1200 across instead of 1920. So you are losing quite a bit of pixels. So even if you upscale it on your computer, you leave it at the same resolution with the DVR, it's not going to look that good. So you need to be aware that it's not going to look like 1080 or even like it's just not going to look that good. But looking at it on the screen will look far better than when you get it on the computer. So there may be some kind of disappointment, but I will leave a little bit of footage of both because we will test this in the field. You guys can see what it looks like obviously under the wire, so you can judge yourself. So now we're just gonna hook this up, show you guys how we do that. See, this is what I meant about the case. It's kind of nice. It fits right in there and it's not gonna tip over. And you can tighten the sides depending on what angle you want it at. Right here. So we're just gonna go like this. There's only 2 inputs here too, so you can see a little bit better. Which one's the camera? Oh, it only goes in one, so camera goes in there. And then you can put the battery in there. And she's turning on, just like that. Back in the case, kind of like it's supposed to be. So moving forward, we got the camera out just like this. And now I'm gonna go over the displays. And once again, this is the first time doing this. We're gonna check this out together at the same time. So at the very far right, that's your autofocus button. So I don't know how any of this works. It just says you hit it and it will focus. But I think we should probably be doing this when we get to the field here. Maybe it's focusing. Oh, I actually felt the focus in the camera. That was actually kind of cool. Oh, you see it? It is trying to focus. Oh, okay. We'll just doing a quick, trying this for a second here. Actually, I think that's kind of cool. So here's the buttons, the LEDs, the LEDs. I gotta stop saying that on the sides. Light emitting diode. Now we're in infrared. And whoops, we hit the button 20 times. Stop. Okay, there we go. Now the menu. I don't know what this even does. Plus and negative. Oh, you can zoom in and out. That's kind of cool. Okay, moving forward. Menu. Now we've had some of these before. Oh, it's the same layout as the other one. Nothing too fancy. So format, you want to do that when you get your memory card in there. Make sure you don't have any corrupt files. Let's go down. Language, default. Reset everything to the default. If you get into your settings and you forget what they were at the start, go with that. And then brightness, contrast, saturation, chromiance. That's all your brightness and colors. I'd probably play with those a little bit more too later on. Oh, you can flip the screen. That's cool. So if you put this in the wrong way, like the camera right here, if it's upside down, you get it down the hole, you can just hit the flip and it'll just do the 180. That's kind of cool. And then the mode should honestly be like pictures or video. Yep, same thing. And then file playback. You want to check your files when you're out to watch it. And this will be the version you have. So it's very basic settings. Alrighty then. So now we're gonna go out to the field and we're gonna check this out and try it. All right, so we are set up. This one actually has me very intrigued since it's an autofocus. So I think if it's in front of it, it should, well, obviously autofocus, but there's a button here too that has AF, so autofocus. So I think if something's in range and it isn't quite picking up on it, you can hit the button and it should focus in. So we got a spot, we got a lot of vegetation. So we're just gonna go down slow. We're gonna, I don't know, check it out and see what it's like and how well it actually works. Your screen you're looking at right here is actually gonna be a little more clear than when you upload it onto the computer, because I'll show you guys the same time I'm going down with the DVR going, because this is a DVR. But looking at this screen is always going to be a little better, I think, in my opinion. We're in a nice little lake here too, and it is a nice clear lake. And another thing too, I say this in every fishing video, if you guys have a clear lake, it's going to help you tremendously. But if you have a super dirty lake and a super good camera, it's not going to matter. So there's a lot of things you got to take into account. So we're going to check this out and go down slow. I'm going to check the ice out. Lots of stuff under there. But I am interested to see the autofocus. Oh, okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, we got a lot of vegetation. So we'll just go down without trying to mess with it too much with the focus and see what we see, and then kind of mess with the camera. I think, wow, that's the thing about using a coily line. It's got memory. Holy moly. Oh, okay, go back. And what I think I'm gonna do is get my camera and show you guys on this screen maybe what I'm looking at to kind of compare as well. Because like I said, it looks way better, I think, on this screen. Okay, so lots of vegetation. I'm gonna spin it back. So I think it's focusing. We're gonna hit autofocus right now. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, you can probably see it easier on this screen. It did like do its focus. Like you can tell it blurred in and out and then kind of fixated on the weeds right there. So that's kind of neat. Okay, cool. We're lined up for the next one here now. I'm gonna go a little higher and hit autofocus again. This is why I picked this spot. Okay, it's doing its thing. I think it picked it up a little better. Hard to tell. I think it did though, because that's kind of the same distance too as well as the other one's a little farther. But we'll try and get something a little farther too here. Like, okay, there we go. There we go. Yes, look at those weeds. Okay, so maybe adjusting accordingly, like when I do this too. So I'll hit focus again. Okay, so I think it did a little bit better. Maybe, maybe not. That was actually hard to tell. And those are, I don't know how far those are apart or from the camera, because it's set up to 40 inches, or no, 36 or 42, I forget. But that's kind of the ballpark as well. So that's pretty cool. It's not too bad. But like I said, again, the DVR on the computer is not going to be that great, because I'm not even going to lie to you. Because you guys will, just so you're not disappointed, just so you know what you're getting into. But it all comes down to price point, whatever you guys want to buy and what you want to focus on. Go down again. Okay, there's something else we can focus on. Boom. Like this is usually pretty good for the average fisherman. Not too many people are super hardcore. Okay, hit. It's got a bunch of bugs on there. It's uncoiling here. We're just going to drop it a little bit more here and see what else we can see. That's actually pretty cool. I think it does auto adjust. I don't think you actually have to hit it. Whoa. Okay, this is maximum. It says up to 2-inch focus, so now we definitely are blurred. So we'll hit it. Oh, that actually did a very good job. Very impressed with that one, because that was super blurred out. That was pretty cool. Cool. It did very well there. Now, since we're focused in on something close, we're going to go up and then see if it autofocuses on something far, like right there. Okay, now we're going to hit it again. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's making a big difference. I noticed that, like, from something super close to super far, it'll adjust quite well now. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to go get my camera. My phone, the only thing I have with this right now. Oh, look at this. This is pretty freaking cool. Look at the weeds down there. I'm going to show you guys the screen, what I'm looking at, and add it to the video a little bit too. Just so you know. But I like looking, I would buy this just for the screen here. I would not buy this one for the DVR. Okay, so I definitely want to show you guys like the quality of the screen here. See, it's way better. Way better than the DVR. Because I've had these TVLs before, these 1000s and 1200s. Like, that's pretty good. I got the thing in the way, hang on. My bad. So here you go. So it's night and day. So clearly, I bet you guys are thinking, if you want it for the price, it's not bad. But you just don't want this one for the DVR.
which is fine though too. There's lots of different styles out there. I'm just going to pan a little bit and watch you guys, or let you watch just a little bit more. Not too shabby. I like it. Alright, I hope you guys like this video. It gives you a good idea what you're getting into, just so you know. So I got a lot more camera videos if you guys want to check them out. Subscribe, help me out a lot. Appreciate it. See you later.